Oh man, I haven't been here for a while. It's been like a year and a half. Like every time I come in this room, it's a little different. It's the same, but it's different. It feels very familiar. It feels like home sometimes, you know?
One of our newest teams, the Toronto Defiant.
We are Toronto Defiant.
I'm here to support Toronto Defiant.
I think the rumor was they were called the Toronto Venom for the longest time, and that was like the big thing. And then they revealed Toronto Defiant. Everyone's like, whoa, okay, cool. I was like genuinely happy that Toronto got a team because I was a big fan of, Overwatch at the time. Just wanted them to succeed.
We've been waiting for this a long time. The Toronto Defiant officially in action, playing their very first game. And in Toronto, well, we're taking part 2 at the official viewing party. Let's check it out.
So the evolution of the Defiant fans, I definitely didn't notice it until they came home here. Defiant fans were mostly online, and at the time I don't think I was too familiar with them, but once they came home the following year and the years after, every event I attended here, they were always the same like group of friends and fans that a lot of the people who are part of Defiant, or they're gonna know if they see this. They know who I'm talking about. There's that group of 10. You can definitely see the evolution of them, being super fans, no matter what happened to the Defiant team in terms of whatever roster moves they made. They were always there, always attending. Every time I show up to any sort of event with Defiant, they're always there. Defiant ended up being something that a lot of people could resonate with, the pillar that everyone kind of surrounded themselves with. It's like the reason that they were all able to come together. It's like a reason for them to gather together and like hang out. I know we play every night, but like they're having an event here. Do you want to come and we can eat some food, have some drinks, and enjoy some thing that we love mutually together? And it's like, sure. So I think Defiant definitely hit the nail on the head there for the people in the area.
Just finding a gaming community with the same likes and finding an Overwatch community like this is really amazing. Like it took me 10 years to find a community like this, and everybody's amazing.
I've never heard of such a strong community in Toronto. Like the whole announcement party, I watched the live stream. It was amazing. It was so amazing to see how Toronto, we're finally gonna be able to prove ourselves. I finally believe that.
But that was cool. And then the next year, the following year, 2020, I think they decided to go more home marketable bound. So they went with a bunch of Canadian players who were on Team Canada. That was like their big pull. But that was probably my favorite iteration of the team because they were more relatable, and I was good friends with them all, especially Agilities, miss you buddy. We did a lot of fun content together on the Defiant channel. If you scroll back, I think there's a lot of the Karkin Agilities, go do this and go do some fun activities. Yeah, that was probably my favorite version of the team, just because I could be more social and be friends with them all.
When I was growing up, my dad and I used to watch the Leafs every Saturday night.
Yep.
Now my son here and I watched Overwatch League. So it's just different sport, but same idea.
So I think the Defiant brand definitely was kind of like a trailblazer in terms of signing influencers from many different backgrounds, beyond just having a team. Signing myself, signing Fran, who was doing a lot of community work for the game of Overwatch as well. She ran her Fran community tournament. And another influencer they recently signed a couple of years ago for a bit was Fariha, who is a talented natural musician, pianist, and a cosplayer as well. I'm always a big fan of orgs and people who try to pioneer and trailblaze and try to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. You know what I mean? We're able to grab people from many different walks of life. I think Defiant did a great job in terms of what they've been able to accomplish with the many different faces that have been part of the organization throughout the years. They always tried to do something every year, and I think that was one of the driving forces of how people perceive the team, because I don't think there's a single team that has consistently uploaded on all socials and did that for this long, right? Obviously some teams aren't here anymore, but even up to the point where teams stopped, they were probably #1 in terms of regular content, no matter if it's cinematic, intro videos, player-based content. Defiant always did their best to get their community involved, nonstop. I remember sitting in a Defiant meeting about picking the fan of the week or the fan of the month and stuff like that. They were really all in, whether they were winning or not. And I mean, you could see it with the fans always showing up. They'll attend no matter what happened to the team. They were loyal to it. So in 2022, that was my final year with the Defiant. That was the year that we had I remember Although, Twilight, Hoppa, the full Korean team, and the expectations were definitely high. That year they had the Summer Showdown. I think that was in September 2022. I did go, and I remember that event being pretty damn fun. And then after like the showing, I think everybody who attended the event, myself included, could easily say that the 2022 Summer Showdown was done very well. So well that like Toronto ended up being the host for the grand finals that following year, 2023. Same place, but done with the bigger bang. Because this is the grand finals, I think a lot more people that I knew flew in because they knew this would probably be the last big event. That year, grand finals, I also did a community showdown event. You know, it's a memory that I'll cherish forever. Just like being able to play on a stage and like be like, hey, I'm in Toronto, I'm playing on a stage with the crowd. Like, I think that was amazing. I think the expectations for Defiant this year were also high, but like these guys definitely played their part and they were dominating North America online. I think they're like every single like qualifier, they're just 8-0, like no contest. Every single team that we thought could put up a challenge just got like absolutely smoked by this version of the Defiant. They did so well this year. North America was like their region. Like they did it. The expectations like of Defiant in North America were like big, yes, like they're gonna pop off, but like Crazy Raccoon and Team Falcon are like the players they signed were also big swingers. We put up a good fight, but you know, I think we could be pretty damn happy with how things turned out this year, considering everything. I hope the fan base understands that, you know, obviously the Defiant, every year they want to be competitive, and this year they were able to prove that they were, and you know, I'm really happy for them, and you know, I can definitely see that 5-6 years later they were able to build a team that did so well, and I hope the Defiant fans were able to see that.
You guys really played your heart out. Congratulations. Thank you.
Well, 2024 season ending, the curtains closed for the year. They did announce the new OWCS season for 2025, but who knows what the future holds, right? Even I'm sitting here, who knows what the future holds, right? Even I'm sitting here, who knows what the future holds? It's nice to be back, right? Who knows what the future holds, right?